Hey everyone, how's everyone doing?
Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, Nikhil.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, so before we start, any doubts in previous lectures?
Nikhil,
Oh,
in third recording session, we're not getting your audio. You just
Yeah, yes, that lecture would be repeated. That is already informed. That lecture would be repeated maybe by next weekend. We are not going to use object-oriented programming very much right now. That's why I'm not focusing on giving a backup right now, but we will surely do it. Don't worry.
okay.
Anything else, guys? Baljinder, were you able to
sir.
run that code yesterday?
No, sir, but I will send you also a next error.
Today's class is not very long, so we can discuss it here right now, and others' doubt would be cleared as well. So, can you
Okay.
share your screen and show me what error you are facing?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Visible my screen, sir?
Yes, your screen is visible.
Yes, sir. This is the lecture 4 is my project name.
Mm-hmm.
When I
Mm-hmm. So, okay, okay. Yes, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
yes, I'm facing this error.
Can you click on this hide button? Okay.
I sent on your WhatsApp also. Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you scroll up a little bit?
Sure.
Just here. The operation is rejected by your system by a text editor. Do you have any antivirus in your system?
I don't know, sir. I will check after the class. If I am facing same,
Have
I
you
will
have
do.
you run that command on PowerShell that I gave you?
Yes, sir. Because I have another laptop, I also same as they do on that same arrow showing on it.
Anyone else facing this kind of error? All right. Do one thing, close VS Code.
Okay.
Mhm. Minimize this window. Close all the tabs. Close this. Close this. And click on your file explorer. Just don't click, just hover. I want to see if any window is open. Below in the taskbar. Right here. Yes, on the third icon. Just hover, don't click. Third icon. Next to next. Yes,
Mm,
this. Okay,
files.
nothing is open. All right. All right. Where you have created lecture 4 folder.
Sir, in Drive C,
Do one thing, create the folder here on the desktop. Delete that folder in Drive C.
sir, actually,
Mhm. Just delete this folder.
sir, this is a वो लगा हुआ privacy लगी हुई है, sir. I can't delete this folder.
That is
Okay.
the issue, na.
Then,
You are not the administrator. That's why you have created the folder in C drive, and C drive is only accessible by the administrator, person with the administrator access. That's why it's not running in,
Mhm.
you know, VS Code. Do one thing, create a folder on desktop. Close this file explorer first.
Okay,
Create a
sure.
folder here. Is it your office laptop or someone else's laptop?
No, no, no. It's my personal laptop.
Okay, create a folder. Name it lecture 4. Don't give any spaces between the name. Okay, hit enter. Open VS Code. Just don't open it. Okay, hit VS Code. Mm-hmm. Hover over the file button. File in the navigation. File. Okay, open folder will work. Just click on open folder. Click on that lecture on desktop. Select folder. Mm-hmm. Yes, I trust the authors. Open terminal. No need to create a file. Open terminal.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, hit npm init playwright @latest.
Okay.
Select JavaScript. Mm, Go ahead. Hit okay. hmm You see, it's working this time. Okay, you can unshare your screen. It will take some time in downloading the browsers. Okay, you can
Okay, sure.
keep this continued and we can continue the lecture. All right,
Minimize.
guys. You can stop your screen sharing.
Okay, sure.
Okay,
Thank you
so
very much.
so for anyone who is facing this error can directly create the folder on their desktop instead of creating it in C drive. C drive is usually the admin's drive and it won't allow you if don't have admin rights. Okay. Anyone else facing any other error in this setup and anything else? Or if anyone wants any help in the setup? Anyone? If no, we can move forward. Give me a thumbs up if everyone is okay and
Nikhil,
Mhm.
I didn't set up anything.
Did you watch the previous lectures? I guess you joined yesterday, right?
No, I didn't join yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Second class I was joined. After that, today would then join. I will go through the videos once, okay?
All right,
If
all
I have
right.
any doubt, I will connect with you next class.
Works. All right.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Or we can start. Okay, looks like we can start. Okay, so I will share my screen, guys. Give me a thumbs up if my screen is visible. Everyone else. Great. All right. So today's lecture is about locators. Okay. All right. So before we move forward, do you guys remember that we called Playwright a robot yesterday? How many of you remember this? That we called Playwright a robot, right? And this robot was attempting to log in on the browser, right? Give me a thumbs up. This robot was trying to log in. But before logging in or before entering any data on this web browser, I will just open that. Okay. Okay, so before logging in, this robot should know where username is, where password is, where login button is. Am I right? Am I right? Give me a thumbs up if you guys agree on this. This robot should know about these things, right? But again, as I said, Playwright is very professional and very good, but it lacked guidance. Okay, but it lacked guidance. So we will be using locators. Okay, we will be using locators. There are different ways of writing locators. I'll be teaching you one or two or three that are most important. And then I will be sharing you a document. You guys already have notes, but notes doesn't mention the complete locators. And I will be sharing you official documentation of the Playwright. You guys have to read it. Okay, and you will get to know about all types of locator, but practically in the class looking at each type of locator isn't possible, so we will be looking at one by one. Okay, all right. Okay, so shall we move forward? Okay, so Playwright is a robot, but he doesn't know where actually the elements are present. Playwright doesn't know where username field is, where you know password field is, but we can tell Playwright. Okay, we can give Playwright these instructions, we can tell him. Okay, all right. Now think of it. Playwright has a special ability, and that makes it different from Selenium. Okay, that makes it different from Selenium. In Selenium, we usually use XPath and CSS locators majorly. How many of you agree with me? In Selenium, we majorly use XPath and CSS locators. Right? The people who are learning, who know about Selenium, they know. Right? We use XPath and CSS selectors majorly in Selenium. Okay, but what is special about Playwright? Playwright is using user facing locators. Okay, I will tell you in plain English. If I want to, if you guys are instructing me, okay, then how would you say that you have to enter username? You guys will say enter username on the field that has a placeholder username, right? This has a placeholder username or a label username, right? Do you guys agree? This has a placeholder username. Or if I want to enter the password, you guys must say that enter the password in the field that has a placeholder password. And if you guys want me to click on login button, you guys will say click on the button that is labeled with the text login. Do you guys agree? If humans have to explain to humans, right? This is special about Playwright. Playwright use user facing locators. Okay, we don't have to use any special code like CSS selector or XPath. Again, CSS selector and XPath are valid in Playwright, but we won't majorly use them. Okay, majorly we will be using user facing locators. Okay, understood. I will be explaining them in more details, but do you understood this terminology? Okay. Okay. Just a quick check that everyone is at in tip. Okay. Okay. Sky. So what is special about Playwright locators?
Whichever the data we are providing, and particularly there is will be properties are available or not, we can.
No need to make it so complex. Just say Playwright uses user facing locators. Okay.
Okay.
Tapas, what is so special about Playwright locators?
Playwright uses user-facing locators.
Great. Vikram, what is special about Playwright locators?
It uses user-facing locators.
Jhansi, what is the difference between Playwright and Selenium architecture?
Usually in the Selenium, we will use the XPath and CSS locators to use
Be
the.
attentive, be attentive, be attentive. My question is something else. What is the core difference between architecture of Selenium and Playwright? We did it yesterday.
Like the Selenium is usually the browsers. We are using the browser drivers for the
Yes. In Selenium, we use
in
proxy
Selenium.
browsers or the
Yeah,
browser drivers, but Playwright
drivers,
directly interacts with the browsers.
browsers. Yeah.
Okay. So be attentive. It's not mandatory that I will only ask the question that is related to the current lecture. Okay. Abhilash, what is special about Playwright Locators? Abhilash, I'm not able to hear you. All right. Um, Same question to Anmol. Anmol, can you go
Yes,
ahead and answer? What is so special about Playwright Locators?
Playwright uses user-facing locators.
Great. And what is the core difference between the Playwright and Selenium architecture?
Playwright Selenium uses proxy browsers, but Playwright interacts with the main browser directly.
What is the difference between double equal and triple equal operator used for comparison? Guys, that this question is marked as important interview question in notes. If you guys don't remember this question, that means you guys are not revising the notes. Baljan, the same question to you. What is the core difference between double equal and triple equal that is used for comparison? That is used as comparison operators. Double equal and
Double,
triple equal.
yeah, double equal to use for the comparison to the two values, and triple equal is assign the values to the another.
Great, correct answer. Jagruti, what is the core difference between Selenium and Playwright architecture?
Selenium, uh, like Selenium interact with proxy browser, and then further on it interact with main browser, but Playwright directly interact with the main browser.
What are arrays?
Arrays is the collection of similar type of data,
And what
or
are arrays in
heterogeneous and
JavaScript?
homogeneous.
When I ask only arrays, you have to give the general definition of arrays. When I specifically say what are arrays in JavaScript, then you have to specify homogeneous or heterogeneous. Okay, and what are loops?
Loops is like repeating the same action again and again.
Great, all right. Anmol, what are objects?
Objects, I forget.
Jhansi, what are objects?
It is
Okay, leaving
automatic
the
muting.
okay, great. Okay, leaving the questions from third lecture, just asking from lecture 1 or lecture 2 or maybe the lecture 4. Mhm. And Mole, what is the command that is used to run the tests in Playwright?
Mm, I forget.
You were there in the last class, right?
Yes, I
NPX
was.
Playwright test. Okay.
Yeah.
Mohit, what is the command used to initiate a Playwright project?
It's node space
Mhm.
file
No,
name.
no, no, no. My question is not how do you run a JavaScript file. My question is how do you install Playwright in a specific folder? We have done it thousands of times, Mohit. npm init playwright at the rate latest. Even we did it in the morning. Okay, everyone. So all the concepts are revised now. I was asking just to so these concepts get quick revision. Okay, so everyone, these question concepts are revised. Okay, I hope from next time whenever I will be asking, everyone would be answering the questions. So it's not that you are only revising the current lecture. You guys need to have a grip on the older lectures as well. Okay. All right. Give me a thumbs up if you got my point. You need to remember each and everything if you want to be well prepared for the interviews. Okay. All right. So moving forward. Okay. Okay. Now think of it that you are telling an address to someone. You are telling the address to someone instead of telling him the coordinates. Let's say my house is at 101 dot. My house coordinates are 101 point something something south and something something north. Will you understand this? Will you understand this? Yes or no?
No.
Everyone
No.
else, yes or no?
No, no.
No.
Right. Right. So you guys won't agree on that, right? So if I will tell you my house is near this point, and then you can come right from that point, and then you can go left from that point, then will you understand?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Or I
Yes.
will tell you a famous point that my house is near this spot. That is easy,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So that is again a core difference. In Selenium, we usually give CSS locator, and those are very complex, like coordinates. But telling something like go for this with label, go for the field that has a label username or placeholder username, go for the button that has a text login. Isn't that easy? User facing locators are very easy. Okay, got it? Do you guys got it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, great guys. So let's move forward. So what was the hook? Okay, we have already discussed this. Okay, bad locators. Go to the house at GPS coordinates. We already did this thing. This is very hard. What are good locators? Go to the house with welcome mat and blue door. Even if the street name changes, the description still works, right? Right? Works. Typing. Once you find the house, posting the letter inside the mailbox of that house, that action to type something here, we use fill method. Okay, we use fill method, and that is our action. Okay, all right, all right, guys. What method we use to type the data in the fields?
Kill.
Fill.
Jagruti, what method we use?
Fill method.
Mohit, what method we use to type in Playwright?
Field method.
Great. Tapas, what method we use?
Skill method.
Great. Oh. Okay, why this is important? If your locators are brittle based on random IDs or long XPath, your test will fail every time a developer changes a tiny details in the layout, right? I will give you an example. Okay, let's say you change something. Developer change a little bit of detail. So the XPath will be affected, right? Right? XPath will be affected.
Yes.
If developer changed anything in this, okay, even a little bit about the layout, your method, your this will fail, right?
Yes.
So that's why this is crucial that we use good locators instead of bad XPath and CSS selectors. I'm not saying that we will completely not use CSS selector or XPaths. We will use, but when we are very pressurized to use, when we are not getting any other options, okay? But in the major cases, we will get the, you know. Okay, so this is our target website on which we are going to do today's demo. Okay, again, the same website. Okay, in the initial lectures, we are going to use only this website. All right, right click. Okay, to inspect, you guys have to right click on anywhere on the page and hit on this inspect button. Okay, inspect option in the menu, and this will open again. I will just make it downwards. Okay. All right. Now you guys will see a button here on the leftmost on this top of the bar. Okay, this button is here. Everyone can see this button. We will use this button. We have to click before inspecting any element. You see, right now I'm hovering anywhere. This is not taking me to that element code. I click on username, I click on password, nothing is happening here, right? But when I click on this, now my inspect mode is activated. Now you see wherever I am going, all the elements are being highlighted. Now you see I got a username and you see here the username code is highlighted. When I'm okay, this is not the one. Okay, I will click on username. You see, this is the code that is written for creating this field. Do you see? Everyone, are you guys able to understand what I am saying? Say yes or no.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
now
Yes.
again, when you have clicked on any element, this mode is deactivated. Now to check another element, you have to again click on this. Now let's say I want to check passwords code. You have to click here. Now this code is written for password field. Do you guys understood this?
Yes.
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 Okay, great. Great, guys, great. Okay. Right click the username, notice it as an ID, a placeholder with data test attributes. Okay, first I will explain you what is, what are tags, what are attributes. I'm copying this whole code, bringing on the notepad. Okay. Copy element, notepad. Do you guys see an angular bracket in the start?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you see an angular bracket at close?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that means when an angular bracket start and when an angular bracket ends, that means a complete element. Okay, start and end of a element, uh, angular brackets, it's a complete element. Okay, okay, understood.
Yes.
Okay, so what is input? The first word you see after the input word, the first word you see after the angular bracket, input. It can be something else as well. This is called tag of the element, tag name of the element. This can be anything else as well. I will show you another tags. You see there is a div tag, there is a form tag, many tags you will see. You will see HTML tag, you will see a span tag. There are many different types of tag. Okay, so again, but the terminologies, the next word to the opening angular bracket is called as is called as is called
Tag.
as
Tag
tag
name of
name
the
of the
element.
element. Right. Everyone agreed? Okay, great. Where is the notepad? Then you might see class and equals to some value. Okay, this is the class of the element. Okay, this is the class of the element, and same class can be used by multiple elements. Same class can be used by multiple elements. Okay, and there is another property ID, something something. Okay, all right. ID is unique to each element. Okay, if you see ID, just close your eyes and use ID. Okay, for as a locator. All right, but classes can be used by multiple elements. Remember this. Okay, anyone, any doubt still here? Input, class, and ID.
Mm.
Any doubts, guys?
No.
No.
All
No.
right, all right, all right, great. And all the other things other than these three are attributes or properties of the element. Okay, attributes is equals to some value. We call attributes as properties. Okay, all these things, placeholder, type, data test, ID, you see there is a ID. Okay, name is also usually unique for a field. Okay, name, autocorrect, auto capitalize, value, these FD processed ID, these are properties or the attributes. Okay, how do we create a CSS selector out of these? We can, how do we create a CSS selector? We won't use CSS selector very much, but again, just using it. Tag name, square bracket, attribute is equals to inverted commas, value, bracket close. This is how we create a CSS selector, but we won't use this very much. So if you have to create a CSS selector for this, element, what should we have written? Input placeholder is equals to password. Any doubts? Any doubts in this? You can use any attribute or any attribute and its value for this CSS selector. Okay, XPath is not very relevant with Playwright. Even if you are, pressurized to use, you are not getting any other option to use, then you will use CSS selector only. Okay. Again, anything else, guys? Any doubts in this thing? Any doubts in this? Yes or no? Any doubts in this?
No.
I guess we have done it with very, very scratch, but fir bhi. Any doubts? All right, give me a thumbs up if no one is having any doubts. All right, great guys, great. Okay, so let's see what our notes say. Right click on the username field. Notice it as an ID, placeholder username and a dataset attribute. Okay, right, we already saw that. Again, right click on the password field and right click on the login button, inspect. Notice it as an input tag, acts like a button with the value login. Okay, right, these things will be present. Okay, we won't check everything right now. We will directly jump into the code. We will use different strategies for each element to learn the available options. Okay, again, just give me a minute. Let me open the VS Code. Actually, let me create a new folder. We'll call this as Playwright Lecture 5. Okay. We'll open the VS Code. New terminal. Oh, why I'm opening a new terminal? Okay, open a folder. Playwright Lecture 5. Select folder. Open a new terminal. New terminal. We will hit npm playwright. npm init. Latest. We will select JavaScript. Test. No. True. Okay, this will take like 2 to 3 minutes. Meanwhile, is anyone having any questions? Is anyone having any question? We can discuss these questions. We can discuss those questions while the browsers are being installed. Any questions, guys?
Nikhil, like CSS selector, you have given one example like input placeholder is equal to password. Or else which like ID or some other thing we can take for that?
Yes, we can take for that.
Okay.
See, Playwright It's very easy. We won't use CSS selector very much. Okay, so you don't need to get pressurized for CSS selector every time. These will be rarely used, trust me. Okay.
Okay.
How many locators we are using in Playwright? Nitin?
Sorry, I couldn't get it. Okay. I guess it is
How many,
installed. Yes, sorry. Someone was saying something.
yeah, how many locators we are using in Playwright? As a Java Selenium 9. Yes. Here, how many locators we can say?
In Playwright,
Yes.
see, there are many locators, and trust me, we are not going to use each and every one, but you guys should know what locators are being used. So I will be teaching the most commonly used right now, and after this lecture, I will be sharing one documentation with you, that is official documentation of the Playwright. I will be sharing the locators part with you, and you guys have to give it a read. Okay? Understood?
Okay.
All right, so our project is ready to use. So getting inside the test folder, example.spec, removing all this and copying our code from the notes. All right. All right. So we are ready. Okay. Any doubts in this line, guys? Any doubts in this line? Anyone? Say yes or no. Guys, say yes or no. We did this in the last
No.
class.
No, no.
All right, great. So the first step is navigating, right? Any doubts in this line? Await page dot go to. I told you we use go to method, and inside go to we provide the URL as a string. Any doubts in await page dot go to?
No.
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 Clear? Okay, strategy 1, using getByPlaceholder. Great for inputs, right? So I will show you. On this website, let me show you the element username. This is the code. Do you see we have a placeholder username?
Yes.
Do you guys see this?
Yes.
So we have a method in Playwright, inbuilt method in Playwright, getByPlaceholder. Okay, getByPlaceholders. So any doubts in this const user box? Any doubts? Just creating a variable, right? And
No.
setting the value of the variable. So you guys know what is page, right? Page is the tab. So tab dot page dot getByPlaceholder. We have a method getByPlaceholder, and inside the bracket you have to give the value of placeholder. What is the value of this placeholder? What is the value given in the placeholder?
Username.
Username.
Everyone can see that. Any doubts?
No.
No.
Everyone can see that, right?
Yes, sir.
So any doubts? We have created a variable user box, and we have inside that variable we have stored the data. What is the data? Data is the locator of that username. Okay. Any doubts?
No.
Any doubts, guys?
No.
No.
Okay. So right now we have got the user box. Now we have to fill in the username, right? What we have to do? We have to perform an action as well. We have to fill in the username value here, right? Right?
Yeah. Yes.
So what is the value? Value. How do we type the value? How do we type the value? Using which method?
Fill method.
Fill.
Teju, which method? Fill. Tapas, which method?
Fill.
Mohit, which method?
Fill.
Great. All right. So So user box, we have where we have to fill the value. We have to fill the value in the username field, and username field, for the username field we have created the variable user box, right? Agree? For username field, where we have stored the locator of username field, we have stored it in user box
Yes.
variable, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
any confusions why we have used await here? Any confusions why we have used await here?
No.
No.
Right?
Oh,
So await user box dot fill, and inside the fill method we have to give a value as a string. Okay, fill method will accept a string input. Okay, any doubts now? Any doubts in this?
no.
No doubts. Shall we move forward?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, strategy 2, using CSS locators. Okay, okay, all right. We need not to use CSS locator. Do all right. I am removing this. We are actually not using CSS locator. We are using locator method of Playwright. Okay. All right. So someone was speaking in between.
Yeah, this is Teju.
Yes, Teju.
Just for confirmation,
Anmol, can you just a minute, just a minute. Anmol, your mic is unmuted. Okay. Now you can speak, Teju.
like usually in Selenium, whenever we locate an element, its return type it is a web element, right? But in Playwright, you are storing it is in a string variable. So is that
Yeah, not string. Where I have mentioned that I have stored it as a string variable.
no, it's a constant you are taking. Let's see why
Right. I
constant.
told you there are only two types of data type variable types, const and let,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
So
For everything, it's applicable for all. We're locating the
yes,
elements also.
we will be either using const or either we will be using let. No
Okay.
confusions
Yeah.
in this. Okay.
Okay.
And
Yeah. Thank
don't
you.
mix it with Selenium. I told you, Selenium does not directly interact with browsers. It
Yes.
interacts with proxy browsers. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So we will now for the second, we will use locator method. Okay. So page.locator. Okay. Page.locator. And do you guys see ID password for the password field? I will show you. Okay. Do you guys see there is a ID property, and what is the value of that ID?
Password.
You.
Password.
Okay.
Password.
IDs are always given with hashtag. Okay. Just put this in your mind. IDs are always given with hashtag. Okay. In Playwright. Okay. Even in Selenium, I guess it is given with hashtag, right?
Yeah, while using CSS selector tag name
Yes.
/ID.
Right. So in this Playwright, locator method is similar to CSS only. Okay. Okay. So just as we do in Selenium with CSS selector, we do it here in with locator method. Okay. We will write page.locator. Okay. Page.locator. Okay. Locator method, and locator method will accept a string. What is the value of the ID? Password, and we will give that ID with the hashtag. But again, all this in the string format. Okay. Locator also accepts string. Okay. Usually use single inverted commas when you are giving the value of uh, you know anything here, because even when we are using, let's say we are entering a CSS selector here, we can also provide CSS selector in this locator method, and we can also provide class here. Okay, class is usually denoted by dot. Okay, we can also use class here. Class is denoted by dot, and IDs are denoted by hashtag, and CSS selector, tag name, bracket, value, and value attribute is equals to value, and value is given in double inverted commas. So double inverted commas don't mix up. That's why we give single inverted commas here. Any doubts in this, guys? Any doubts in this? This is similar to, this locator method is similar to.
Can you explain once again? A bit confusing.
Okay. What's exactly confusing you?
Like in CSS, it's coding it double quotation, right? And password, hashtag, and single
You didn't understood this thing, single and double thing, right? Single and double inverted comma. Okay, I will explain this. Bringing it to the notepad. Okay. We have this. Okay. Do you see this password is also a string and it is quoted in double quotes?
Yes.
Now let's say I have to give it this inside locator method. So page.locator. If I use double strings here and then give this and then give this, won't JavaScript confuse where this is opened and where this is closed? This can be considered this is opened here, but it is closed here, right? Am I right? So JavaScript doesn't get confused. We use openings as single inverted commas, outer openings and closing as single inverted commas, and inner openings and closing as double inverted commas. Got it?
Yes.
Got it? Any doubts? Guys,
No.
any doubts? Everyone, give me a thumbs up if this is clear. Great, guys. Great. Okay, moving forward. Why we are using press sequentially here? I will change here something. Okay, we are not using this method right now, so we will use normal fill method. Okay, password box dot fill. Okay, and what is the value? Value is secret sauce. Okay. Removing these comments might confuse you guys. Okay, the fill method is again clear to you guys, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Moving towards strategy 3. Okay, removing this. What is the role of this element? You guys can see my cursor, right? What is the role of this element?
Click
action.
No. What is the role? What is this called? What is this element called?
button.
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 Role is button. Role is of button. Click is action. What is click and what is the role? Anmol, what is the role and what is the action?
Role is click and action is button.
No. Button is the role.
Button is the role and action is the.
Yeah, right. Baljinder, what is the role and what is the action?
Action is a button, role is a.
Why you guys are again and again getting confused? See, click is the action, role is the button. Button
Yes,
is the role and click is the
role is
action. Clicking something would be action, right? What are you performing? Button is the role, okay? Jansi, what is the role and what is the action?
The button is the role and click is the action.
Mohit, same question.
Button is the role, click is the action.
Great. Now you guys have understood this. Okay. So moving forward, we have another method getByRole. Okay, getByRole. So role is button and name of the button is, what is the name of the button? I will
Login.
inspect. Wait. From where you have got this? Let me inspect this. Let's see if it actually has this. Do you guys see a name attribute here?
No.
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is
Login
here.
button.
And
Login.
Yes, login.
the name is complete login button. The value is login button. Okay. So I guess we have given incorrect value here. Yeah. Okay. So making the correction. Do you guys understood this? The name was login button. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Again. So get by role is clear. Get by role accepts two arguments. Okay. First is the role itself. The role is button and then comma and then it accepts the object. And object is containing the property name. The name and its value. Do you guys got it? Do you guys got it? How many arguments does the get by role method accepts?
Two.
Two.
One is role and another one is object.
Object. What is inside the object? The name property. Okay. Okay, so since we are running out of time, let's complete this lecture, okay? And then we can move to doubts once. Okay, await login button dot click is clear. I really want you guys to ask one thing. I really want you guys to ask one thing here. Why I'm not using await here against when I'm specifying the locators? Why I'm not specifying await?
We are just locating it. We are not performing any action.
Okay. All right. I will ask you one simple question. Let's say you guys, the code is correct, okay? You guys have to answer. Let's say the page is still loading. The page is still loading, okay? But you guys have not used await here. So won't these steps execute?
No, it will get
No,
failed
it will not execute.
Why?
because still the element is loading to the page. If the element is not
No.
present, definitely.
See what I am saying. What I mean, okay? When I say executing, doesn't executing means performing some action? Executing means performing some action, right?
Yes.
Yes.
But when I am specifying the locators, I am just locating. I am not performing any action. But when I am performing action like fill, click, I am using await. Have you guys noticed this?
Yes.
I'm very shocked why you guys don't
Yes.
get this doubt. And someone might ask you in the interview. Okay, be curious. Start asking questions. Why I'm not using await here? I really wanted that some of you please point me out for this. But since we have reached end of the class, no one has pointed. Okay, anyways. But I'm expecting from the next time you guys will be more curious and you guys will ask me this question. Okay. Okay. Moving forward. Login button dot click. Okay. And let's log in. Okay. Let's log in. Standard user. Mm-hmm. Hmm. And I guess we need to verify if this text is present or not. Okay. So await, expect is clear. Again, expect can accept locators as well. So we will give the locator page.getByText. GetByText is another method. Okay, getByText is another method. From where does this getByText comes? I will inspect this. So this text, what is written in, what is the present inside opening and closing tag? Okay, you see this is span tag opening and this is span tag closing. Okay, so inside this whatever text is given we can use that as well. Okay, got it guys? Did you got
Yes.
it?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so get by text is product to be visible. We already discussed this method to be visible, right? And then what is this statement doing? Just printing the line, okay, nothing else. Okay, so shall we run? Okay, let me comment out other two browsers first. Okay, else it will run for all the browsers. In next class, we will be understanding that what this file does. Okay. And Mole, what is the command for running the test in Playwright?
Console.log.
Not printing, running the test in Playwright. It's npx playwright test.
npx playwright test.
Next time, if I ask this anyone, everyone should know about this. Okay, so let's run this. All right. Wait, I have aborted this. I want it to run in headed mode. Okay, and let's see if this fails or not. If this fails, there might be some errors because these notes were prepared a long time ago. Okay, you see, it entered. It is not clicking on login button. I guess we did some mistake. It doesn't accept name attribute. Instead, it accepts the text present on the button. I guess let's try here and use this. This will fail because let's try this again. You see, it worked very quickly, very quickly. It ran within 4.2 seconds. Do you guys want to see it again? See, it ran very quickly.
Yes.
Nikhil, I have a question.
Even I have the doubt. I know what is your doubt about this? Why I changed the
Yeah,
value? I will come
yeah,
to. I will come to this.
okay,
Even
yeah,
I need to check this.
yeah.
Because I
Whether
read
we
it a
need
long
to
time ago.
take the inner text value or the value of the thing.
I will check this with the documentation. Even I need to check this. You guys see, it's running very fast. You see, 3.9 seconds. Not
Yes.
even, even we can't blink IT once it's loaded. Once the page is loaded, it's very fast. You see, even my eye is not blinking in that time. All right. You just see very fast. Okay. Okay. Let me check this. Okay. Hmm. Method and Playwright is about accessibility, automating getByRole. Implement area roles. Have implicit area roles. There is Playwright's official documentation. All right, here. Role. Okay, I guess it is using the outer text. Okay, what is present on the button itself. Okay, the same text that we use for products. Okay, I will show you. Let me log out. I guess refreshing will log it out. Okay, log out कहाँ से होगा ये? Okay, you remember? I will show you. So the value, I guess it's using the value. Okay, what is the value of this? Okay, or the outer text. Okay, got it? Got it, guys?
Is it, yeah, is it
If sign
applicable
in is
only for buttons?
sorry,
Is it
if
applicable only for the buttons, this format, or how, Nikhil?
no, we can use this get by role for links as well. No worries. Don't worry, we have a lot of projects to do. Okay, we have a lot of projects to do. Okay, all right. So we are done with today's lecture, I guess. Yeah, we are done with the code. Just get by placeholder is clear. Okay, leave this question for now. We will read it in the later section. But if anyone wants to give it a reading, you guys can give it a read. Nothing very confusing. We already read about locator method. We already read about getByRole method. Okay, I'm sharing you this document. Okay, I'm sharing this in the group itself. Okay, I will share. Right now I am sharing here only. Okay. Okay, you guys have to give it a rating, all the locators from the Playwright. Okay. And what are the interview questions? Page.locator and page.getByRole. You can give it a rating. Does Playwright have implicit await like Selenium? No, Playwright has auto waiting feature. Okay. When should we use XPath in Playwright? Okay, just give it a rating. You will get the answers. Okay, and all right. Okay. This is the assignment question. That's very easy. That looks a little harder, but that's very easy. Trust me. Okay. Okay. We are done for today's lecture. Before we leave, anything you guys want to ask me or anything?